All right, Shalom Makim. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching this word in all true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to tie this lesson, the purpose of Yahweh Hashem Shai. And the events that's taking place upon the planet Earth is right on schedule according to Yahweh Hashem Shai. You know, these are not random events that's happening. When you hear about shortages and these even the train derailments, all these things contribute to prophecy. It contributes to the purpose and intents of Yahweh Hashem Shai, which is ultimately to violently overthrow America and the so-called white man. And as we get closer and closer to the perfect day, things are making more and more sense. It's becoming clearer and clearer. You know, so now, the time that we're in, 2023, you know, the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass, we seeing all the prophecies are here. Things are beginning to bud forth and spring forth and show itself. So, just for an example, this article that I have, now you have you ain't got no choice but to entertain the idea of World War III. You know, which that's the plans and purpose of Yahweh Hashem Shai. So this is from Associated Press, and it reads: Putin ups tensions over Ukraine, suspending START nuke pact. See? So as you can see now, concerning the START nuke pact, it actually goes into you pretty much limited concerning making nuclear warheads. But now that has been thrown out the window. Where we at in this process, that has been thrown out the window. The ante has been up now. Things are turning up. So it says, Russian President Vladimir Putin has accused Western countries of igniting and sustaining the conflict in Ukraine. In his long-delayed State of the Nation address, Putin cast Russia and Ukraine as victims of Western double dealing. And you read between, you take these different, names, Russian and the West, and it's all Edomite versus Edomite. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Let's get that in the book of St. Matthew, the 12th chapter, St. Matthew 12. And I'll start at verse 25. And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And the house of Edom is not standing. Because you got America and you got Russia. Both of them are Edomites, but it's a separation. That's why you got the West. You got Russia. But we seeing this devil, the dominance that he have, the military might, the technology, and these bitches can't come together. Why? Because this is biblical prophecy. When he talks about that in Isaiah the 19th chapter, the Egyptian against the Egyptian, or the brother against brother, it's Esau and Esau. Pretty much, it said, even Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So yeah, now we're seeing the end of this Edomite rule, and it's being more apparent and clear by the way of these two forces going at each other. Even though this nigga, he might come under the banner of Russia, and you have Biden under the banner of America, both go back to Esau. So despite it says the West and Russia is still Edom, and their house is divided. And what only thing could come from that? A fall, man. We're just going back. This is all going according to schedule. The intents and purposes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So it says, Russian President Vladimir Putin suspended Moscow's participation in the last remaining nuclear armed control pact with the U.S. See, so they show you where we at, man. In this time, that what they have to actually have a form of a treaty, to where they can limit nuclear arms. Why is that even a damn talk? Why is that even a thing to where they can only limit so many? Well, now that has been thrown out the window. It says, announcing the move Tuesday in a bitter speech where he made clear he would not change his strategy in the war in Ukraine. So going back, everything's according to schedule, man. Everything's right on schedule according to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The plots, plans, and purposes of the Lord has been made known, man. Let's get this in the book of Isaiah 46. Because all these are the sayings of the Lord. And now we're seeing it through this event that's taking place. This downfall of this devil. This is that process. And what sparked it is the word. This Isaiah 46, and I started verse 9. Remember the former things of old. See, concerning what? Those former acts of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The Lord, he overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, the flood. That's all those former things. And guess what? Even up to the day, even with this devil, it's different documentaries concerning these events that took place. It's a documentary concerning Noah and the flood. You have going to researchers trying to find the exact spot of the Sodom and Gomorrah where there's highly concentrated sulfur in that area. The ark, Noah's flood, they found parts of the ark in Mount Ararat, man. Just like how the scripture said. It says, I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me. See why? Because the Lord controls everything. And is made manifest. His Lord plays out and show that by the way of these events, these scenarios to be declared. And once in Him, who else could you go to? Who else could, then you got to know the game rigged now. That nothing is in your control. But I tell you, a football game, the score going to be 35-17. And the quarterback threw for over 500 yards. And the game played out like that. Then you're like, man, I had something to do with that. Well, with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, life and existence itself, the Lord is fashioning and forming these things that's happening on the planet Earth. It says declaring the end from the beginning. See, and this is that process. It have to be declared first. It have to be declared. And that's what we're saying. It said declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done. Saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. See? So you go into this book. As ancient as you think it is, it's really a modern text. It's really a living text, man. Because the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, His counsel is standing. Despite the thoughts of men, it don't matter. Even the scripture talk about peace and safety, but then sudden distress. So a motherfucker might try to come together with world peace. And even in that, but the pleasure of the Lord is going to play out. And it's being done by the way of these scenarios that's taking place on the earth. So there ain't nothing random. You hearing about World War III and things are heating up. The Charagma. More and more things that's going to contribute to this great famine to take place, from the warehouses burning down to, as I mentioned earlier, the trail derailments, train derailments that gets into the water, and certain fish is fucked up, and the water supply itself, which is going to go onto the soil, BG buying the land. So everything is happening, man. Everything is right on schedule. The purpose and plans of Yahweh Shemel Shai is coming to life, man. As a matter of fact, let's see, let's wrap it up with this in the book of Jeremiah 30 and verse 24. And it reads, the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it. And this is how Yahweh Shemel Shai show his power. It tells you that he's known through the judgments which he executeth. And it also talks about that in the book of Psalms 145, how men, expound on the terrible acts of Yahweh Shemel Shai. This is how the Lord show himself. This is how he get down. So that's why when you see his prophets, his men, your reaction is to tremble, to react in fear. Just like I said, Noah moved with fear. When it talks about Samuel enter into the city, they were spooked and they asked, did he come in peace? Habakkuk, I have heard that speech and was afraid. See, that's the reaction you should have. Why? Because Yahweh Shemel Shai is warning you of the fierce anger he's about to pour forth. It says, the first anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it. See? So that fierce anger is going to be poured forth. It's going to be on display by the way of the famine, the insurrection, all hell breaking loose, from the power outages to the newly created beast. And the icing on the cake is going to be that fire, man. It says, and until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his heart. See? So we seeing the intents of the hearts of Yahweh, the heart of Yahweh Shemel Shai. We see his intentions are being made known. It even talks about that in Revelation 17, how the purpose of the Lord was to have these other nations to violently overthrow America, the allies of America. And everything is only getting hotter, man. When only evil is set forth to come. Why? Because this is the purpose of the Lord. It says, and until he have performed the intents of his heart, and the heart of the Lord is in the scriptures. Who have known the mind of the Lord, that we may instruct them. His most intimate plans is in this book, but it's sealed to those that are for the unwanted. Yahweh Shai have shed his blood for us to receive this word, man. It's not for everyone to get, because it's song that's meant to believe on a report, and this song that's actually in it. When it talks about the famine, somebody got to actually play that role of dying from it, and those are those that don't believe. But the heart of the Lord is written within the scriptures, his intents, his purposes. That's why it says, in that day, and it shall come to pass. Now we seeing it. It says, in the latter days, ye shall consider it. See? And that's when the book was going to be unlocked. It talks about that in Daniel. Seal the book until the time of the end. Because this is that moment where the Lord is going to once again glorify his name throughout the planet Earth. And the venue the Lord have chosen is America. It even talks about that when you go into Daniel, the 7th chapter, how the come up of America goes into those 3 world wars. The upbringing of this place. But all this is an effort for the Lord to glorify himself. The names of Yahweh Shemel shall be glorified throughout the earth. Which is going back, everything is right on schedule. Everything is going according to plan, according to Yahweh Shemel Shai. And that's just one example concerning that article. World War III, that's the plan of the Lord, man. That's the Lord's plan. That's why Poon stirred up these kings of the earth. Talks about that, how the kings of the heart is in the hand of the Lord, and there's the rivers of water. He turneth it. So one day Poon was cool. Now the next day he said, fuck that. Let's, you know what I mean? And it's going to be for all of these kings, because ultimately we come into this hard transition. So yeah, I just hope we're edifying to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great mills now. Shalom to the elect that's teaching word and all true faith and sincerity. DTA, Abba, soon, very soon.